Coffee and Convo, baby. Let's get it. Yo, shout out to everybody already here in the building. I appreciate you guys. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider, Oaklosvegas.com for the drip. You already know what time it is. I see everybody in the building, man. Campbell, Pizzle, Teen Raider, Clint, Makad, Mike Downs, my brother, man. What's good with you? Sean D, Freight Train. Everybody is here, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up if you're not subscribed to the channel yet. Please hit that subscribe button. Already 115 deep. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to you guys. Let's get it, man. This y'all show. Put the questions in the comment section. Let's get rocking. Good morning, Docs. Tom Brady next year, and our defense will be stout. We need Jalen Carter. This is factory, my brother. In a perfect world, I've already said this numerous times. We go get Tom Brady, re-sign Jarrett Stidham. Stidham may be the bridge guy, you know what I mean? Or you can still go get a rookie in the middle rounds. But I am hoping and praying somehow, some way that Jalen Carter falls down the board. Even if we have to trade up, I do not care. That is my favorite defensive tackle, favorite defensive guy in this draft, period. Jalen Carter out of Georgia. Let's go. Let's go. Let me see. Tom Brady's going to say what Jerry Rice said. Damn, I look good in this uniform. Shout out to Mike Downs. And I want to talk to you guys about this because, once again, there's always a divide in the nation, right? Opinion-wise, when it comes to the QB situation. It always comes down to, one half of the fan base is over here. The other half of the fan base is over here. I'm going to say this, right? Yes, you definitely want to get a long-term quarterback. And if Jarrett Stidham is not your long-term quarterback, you guys, I am sorry. You have to go get a bridge guy that can get it done for a year or two. I understand that we're looking at it from a standpoint of we want someone that can come in and be the long-term fix at the QB position. Well, guess what? Right now, we need defense. We need defense. So in this draft, you have to make sure that you go get the defense. Right now, you guys, we have Darren Waller in his pinnacle. We have Devontae Adams in his pinnacle. Hunter Renfrow at his pinnacle. Josh Jacobs coming back. You know what I'm saying? Once we get him locked down at his pinnacle. These are guys all in their prime. So why not go out and get a guy like Tom Brady that can get it done still at 46 years old? I think he has like 4,600 passing yards right now. There is no reason why you can't go out and get a guy. I understand the history, you guys. I get the history. I understand the Tuck rule and all that. But guess what happens? If he comes in and wins a championship, all else is forgotten. I don't care after that. I do not care. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of talk all over the place. Albert Breer, every media outlet right now is speaking about, Tom Brady. I think the only people that aren't talking about Tom Brady is our front office and Tom Brady, because he's in the playoffs right now. He's still technically a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But you guys, you have to stop looking at this as though we're bringing in Tom Brady for a 10-year contract. That is not what this is. You're bringing in a young guy in the middle rounds, maybe even bringing back Jarrett Stidham, right? To me, I wouldn't be mad about this. You bring Brady, you bring Stidham in, right? You keep Chase Garbers on the practice squad, right? Bring him over there. Keep him over there. Then 2024, you go get another quarterback in a more quarterback-heavy draft, right? So either way, You cannot. Like these guys, all of our superstars, Max Crosby as well, all these guys are in their prime. You cannot go out and get a young guy right now, draft him, and expect him to be the guy from day one. No, no, no. If you want to win championships, you have to do it now while this window is open with all these superstar guys in their prime. It just makes sense. Colton Miller's not getting any younger on the left side. We have to take advantage of what we got right now. Shout out to my brother Andy, man. As much as I want a high draft pick, I want us to beat KC. This is facts. This is Kansas City. This game is personal. This game is personal. This is factory, my brother. Factory. And Andy will be live with us today as well, you guys. We are doing the watch party for the Raiders-Chiefs game, so stay tuned for that. We will be covering the whole game, and Mount Shieldmore will definitely be in the building. My little bro Andy is definitely back. That is my second favorite quarterback in this draft at this point. I love Will Levis. You guys know how I feel about Will Levis, but I like Anthony Richardson. And the more I'm watching this tape out of Florida, that dude, the measurables, you know what I mean, the toughness, he has a cannon of an arm. I'm definitely keeping an eye out for Anthony Richardson as well. But I think that will be a guy, and don't quote me on this, you guys, but I'm thinking that may be a guy that may be a shocker in this draft. He may be a top 5 pick. He may be a top 5 pick, top 7 pick. Someone may really take a risk and say, take a shot and say, take a flyer. Like, you know what? I'm going to go get Anthony Richardson because he's that dual guy. You know what I mean? He can run the ball. He can throw the ball. You know what I mean? I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, Anthony Richardson ends up being a top 10 pick. And before, I was looking at him as a second, third round guy we could potentially get in the middle rounds. But AR-15, what they call him in Florida, he is a dog. So keep an eye on Anthony Richardson, you guys. That is another guy that if he keeps falling down the board, and which I don't see it happening, this guy's a first-round pick. They are going to take him in the first round because there's still some teams out there that need quarterbacks. And why not take a risk, take a flyer on a guy like Anthony Richardson that has everything, that you need at the next level. Still need some grooming, still, get him with the right coaching staff, and Anthony Richardson will be a dog. Let me see. Shout out to Bishop. Bro, everybody will get off with Tom Brady. I understand you guys. He's 46 years old and blah, 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 right? Well, I'm going to tell y'all this. I get you can go by AFC West and you can go NFC South, and, our division is better than the division. Look, you play the teams that are in front of you. You play the teams that are on the schedule, right? At the end of the day, a 46-year-old man got his team to the playoffs. Our 31-year-old quarterback couldn't do it. Simple and plain. And all we really needed, you guys, was maybe two more wins. Squeak out that Pittsburgh game. You squeak out the Indianapolis game. There's a few other ones there. We could have got it, even with this terrible defense that we had. Even with this terrible defense that we had, we still could have won some games and gotten to the playoffs. This is a 46-year-old guy whose weapons have been dropping the ball over and over and over all season long. He's first in attempts in the NFL in passes for over 4,600 yards. His O-line is depleted. These guys are injured left and right. Like, his O-line is worse than ours. I think ours is like 11th or 12th in the NFL right now. What's the problem? What's the problem? If you keep Brady upright, it shouldn't be an issue. Bring him in. Teach one of the young guys. Keep it pushing. I don't really understand the problem with this. I just see so many people if we win a championship with Tom Brady, it's Tom Brady's championship. No, motherfucker. That's my championship. That's your championship. That's your championship. That is a Raiders championship. I don't care how we get it done. That's all that matters. Yes, team, his O-line is bad. Bad. And his run game has not been, the run game has been stagnant as well because the O-line is bad. You know what I mean? Leonard Fournette has had a down season this season. Imagine that. And Tom Brady at 46 years old is still doing all this without a run game and an O-line. I don't understand the issue. It's just everybody can't get over the whole Brady situation. It's Brady. It's Tom Brady. We don't want him. Man, look, I want a championship. Shout out to AD. Tom coming here is paying back for the tuck rule. Facts, bro. Facts. Facts, man. Facts. And this is not me, you guys, saying that Tom Brady is going to be a Raider. I felt like this all season long Once I seen that, how that contract was put together for DC, I knew the writing was on the wall. You know what I mean? I knew what it was. And I thought in my head, Tom Brady's a free agent. They reconstruct, they restruct, they gave DC an extension, but they put some stipulations in there, you know what I mean? To the point where it's like, hey, we're free to move on after 1 year. Hey, man, Brady may be a Raider, and a lot of y'all may have to get down with the shit. You know what I mean? If he's not, cool. Whatever we do. We run with Jarrett Stidham. I don't know. We bring Jimmy G in. I don't even care what if you bring in Jacoby Brissett. I don't know what we do. All I know is this. Josh McDaniels spent one season with Derek Carr, 15 games, and he's seen how it was playing with the quarterback or coaching a quarterback that is not familiar with his system, right? Not familiar with his system. A guy that struggled for 15 weeks because he did not know the system like that, right? This is not a system you get down in 1 year. It's not. So what's the next best thing? You bring in a system quarterback. Tom Brady knows this system more than anybody. Look at Jarrett Stidham. Came in against the #1 defense in the NFL and balled out. It is what it is. X, you're wilding, bro. It doesn't matter. It's the NFL. It's the NFL. Carolina has played tough this season. Atlanta played tough this season. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. New Orleans blew us out 24-0. Yes, the division is not the greatest division in the NFL, but it's the NFL. We thought the AFC West was going to be the toughest division in football. Look at the Chargers, you know what I mean? They got in off winning some close games. Denver's terrible. We're terrible. Come on, man. You play who is in front of you. This is the NFL. Every game is tough. And you have to agree with me on that, X, because look, lost to New Orleans, lost to the Jags, lost to the Colts, lost to the Rams, lost to Pittsburgh. Any given Sunday in this league, bro. 49ers, Dolphins, Pats, Colts, Titans, Bucks, one Tampa Bay. I don't see that. I don't see that. I see Miami definitely being in on the hunt, but why would the Niners want to do that? I know that's the team he grew up idolizing, but from what I heard, that there's been talks that the Niners in the past did not want him over there. I get everything's in front of him already, right? The defense is already there, in which I heard their defensive coordinator is going to be highly sought out to get a head coaching position. So he may move on. So that defense may take a hit in the offseason. If that D coordinator moves on and gets a head coaching job, that defense may take a hit. You know what I'm saying? They still have a lot of talent on the defensive side of the ball, but I'm just saying. And with Purdy already balling, right? Looking really good out there, Mr. Irrelevant. Why would you want to take on a crazy contract? This is why I wish that we had Stidham earlier, Raider Reaper, right? I wish we had him earlier to see where he really was. Because you can go ball out against the Niners, ball out against the Chiefs, and then it's like, damn, then what? You know what I mean? We didn't really get that much of a big window to see where he was in terms of things. Purdy has played a lot of games already, and he's looked really good for them. I think they're going to move on with Purdy or Lance. They spent a lot of draft capital on him. I don't think that the Niners are an option. The Dolphins definitely could be an option. The Pats, no. That ship has sailed. I don't see that. I see if they don't bring Mac Jones back, they really need an offensive coordinator in New England. That's the problem that they're having right now. They have a defensive coordinator calling the plays. That's an issue. But they still have Mac Jones, and they still have Bailey Zappi. That's my guy. You already know. The Colts, I don't see them going to get Brady. I don't see Brady going to a situation where he don't even know what the coaching is going to look like, right? If they bring back Jeff Saturday, you think Tom Brady's going to want to be a quarterback under Jeff Saturday? I think personally the Colts need to blow it up. That's just me personally. Yes, they have some talent on the defensive side of the ball and offensive side of the ball, but I think personally they got to blow that shit up. You know what I mean? So just give us DeForest Buckner, man. Titans can see that. Could definitely see that, but I see them also kind of doing a mini rebuild. You know what I mean? And the Bucks, I see him moving on from them. Let me see. Shout out to Silver and Black OG. A chip is a chip. Raider Nation for life. Talk that truth, Docs. Come on, man. Come on, man. I don't care who gets it. I don't care who gets it for us. I really don't. I don't give a shit. Do you think we go for Daron Payne in free agency? I think we make a call. I definitely think that we make a call. The problem with Daron Payne is, man, Franklin, that he may reset the market. You know what I'm saying? Him and Jeffrey Simmons, those are two defensive tackles that are probably going to reset the market. You know what I mean? If you save $30 million, or 25 technically, or whatever, however you want to call it, getting rid of DC's contract, do you want to spend all of that on one player? We need help in the secondary, right? Now, if we can draft really good at corner and safety and linebacker, I don't have an issue spending big dollars for a star defensive tackle like Deron Payne or Jeffrey Simmons. Jeffrey Simmons would be him in the middle of that defensive line with Chandler Jones and Max Crosby. Oh my God, bro. But it's just a lot of money to spend on one guy. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to spread the money around. I love this tweet that Scout put out yesterday on Twitter. He pretty much said, I have a feeling that Ziegler is going to ball out, is going to go crazy in day 2 through 4 in free agency. I think Zieg will sit out day 1. Last year, we got some superstars this past free agency. I can definitely see him sitting out day 1 and kind of, building the defense day 2 through 4. Definitely, I love what Scout was saying with that. Shout to Tools. Anybody other than Jimmy G. He pulls a hammy just putting his jock strap on. That is one of the reasons why I don't even want to take a look at Jimmy G. You know what I mean? He's won some big games. He's been in some big games. He knows the scheme. He knows the system. He's a fit with Josh McDaniels in his offense. But definitely, man, the injuries just continue to pile up. And that's a reason why I'm not mentioning Jimmy G a lot. I just think it's Stidham or it's Brady at this point. And you guys, I have to say this too. Shout to the Tools. There's no way in hell we have to stop with this Lamar Jackson talk. We have to stop with the Aaron Rodgers talk. You're bringing in, yes, a star guy like Aaron Rodgers or a star like Lamar Jackson that still does not know this system at all. Regardless of how tough we were on Derek Carr, he was a 3-time Pro Bowl guy. He owns every record in the books with QBs pretty much in the Raiders franchise. Like it's tough to get this system down. This is not an easy system. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think, didn't Devontae Adams say something like this shit is like Mandarin? You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to bring in a guy that already knows the system. You're not bringing in Lamar Jackson. He would struggle mightily in year 1. A-Rod would even probably be at blows with Josh McDaniels in this system. You know what I mean? And not even to mention they're too much money. You're not going to spend $50 million a year on either one of those guys. It's just not going to happen. I think that Josh McDaniels knows that he has to win next year. He has to win. He at least has to get to the playoffs, period. Maybe even win a playoff game in order to keep his job. So, what is the safest bet? You go to your security blanket. You go to the guy that won 6 rings with you, and you go get Tom Brady. You know what I mean? Or you go bring back Stidham on the cheap, and you even have him sit behind Brady. You know what I mean? But I don't see it happening, man. You can't quit me. I don't watch that dude shit. I don't watch this shit. Shout out to Larry, man. Package picks and Carr to get the Seahawks pick at 3 and draft best defensive players. I'm not against packaging up a pick or so to do that, but I don't think that Seattle wants Carr, to be honest. I think Carr would struggle up there with that O-line. You know what I mean? Like, and Seattle's defense isn't what it once was. I like what they're building over there with, Kobe Bryant and Tariq Woolen. You know what I mean? They got some talent over there, but I don't know if Carr would want to go to Seattle. But I would love to be able to get to that 3 spot where we can go get Jalen Carter and not have to worry about it. Jalen Carter would be my guy right there at pick 3. Shout out to Larry DM, man. Appreciate you, brother. 6 rings is a hell of a security blanket, Andy. You ain't never lied, my brother. For real. Tony, I'm assuming, right? I know a lot of people are saying it's $30 to $40 million. Brady knows that this would be probably his last year in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, he's going to take that 15 to 20 spot, right? I think he's only getting paid $15 million, $17 million this season. So I'm looking at that 15 to $20 million space. Brady knows that he wants to leave the league. He wants to leave the league on a high note. He wants to leave his legacy with one more championship. And he knows more than anybody because he did it year in and year out with New England, taking just massive pay cuts year in and year out to build the defense up and to keep his guys around him on offense. Brady will do whatever it takes to make sure he wins a championship. You know what I mean? We spoke about this the other day, you guys. I think, is it Fox? Or I forgot what platform it is. He already has over a $300 million contract waiting for him when he retires. He doesn't need the money. His money is already tied up to Fox or whatever network that is that's going to pay him $300+ million for the rest of his life. He is set. He does not care about the money he's going to make in football. But not even just that. Think about this. How much money is he set out to make in Las Vegas? The marketing options, there's so many different situations that he can do. He can get with UFC and make tons of money. You know what I mean? There's so much money that you can make out there in Las Vegas. He'll make that up. Facts, Andy. You can manipulate the cap with guaranteed cash. This is facts. And I promise you, whoever wants to say Mark Davis is cash poor, he will definitely make sure to take care of Tom Brady, give him some guaranteed cash, lower the cap. I guarantee that's what's going to happen. Guarantees. Great comment, Andy. Shout out to my little bro. Endorsements and commercials alone, Tom Brady makes more than 20 million. More than 20. Shit, Vega, more than 30, more than 40. He's going to make tons of money going to Las Vegas if he ends up in Las Vegas, because he is going to have other suitors. I just think that Vegas is the one spot where he wanted to go last year, right? And I think this is a big fuck you to Gruden and everybody else, because him and Gronk were going to Las Vegas last year, apparently. You know what I mean? And Gruden nixed the deal, right? So he didn't go. And I think now he's like, oh, well, now my guys are in town. They made the call already. I'm pulling up. I just think the writing is on the wall, you guys. You know what I mean? Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up if you're not subscribed to the channel yet. What are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. We're almost to 17.5. I appreciate you guys for all the love, man. I definitely do. Oaklosvegas.com. Go get your drip. And if you want to become a member of the channel, hit the link. It's pinned up top. Let me see. Shout out to everybody here in the building. I would definitely like to target Daron Payne. I think he'll be a cheaper option than Jeffrey Simmons. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. You know what I mean? I think Jeffrey's really going to reset the market. But Daron Payne, doesn't he have like, what does Daron Payne have this season? Doesn't he have like 11, 12 sacks already? Let me look that up. I think Daron Payne has like 11 or 12 sacks this season. Swear he got 11.5 sacks. That is a defensive tackle, you guys, playing for the Commanders. 11.5 sacks. That is vicious. I'm definitely making the call, Walt. I'm definitely. Let me see. Yeah, you can't quit me. Deals on Oaklosvegas.com, and then fan shows. We're going to be doing a lot of fan shows in the off season where you guys can come on and do mock drafts with us and all that good stuff. So that is what, and there's going to be a lot more other stuff. Go look at the join button, hit the join button. Go look at all the perks, my brother. About to start sipping my yak. There you go, G's. Shout out to my brother Rick. I see Brave in the building. Just as long as they don't start cheating. Hey, Raider Trav. Cheat. I don't give a fuck. Cheat. At this point, my brother, shout out to Trav too. I love Trav to death. Cheat. Go get it. Go. I want a ring. Cheat. I don't give a fuck. It seems like every team that does win a championship cheats, right? Just cheat. The Houston Astros, the Patriots. I mean, the Los Angeles Lakers in 2002. Yes, I said it, all you Laker fans. Yes. Cheated. They all do it. That's who we are. That's who the Raiders are. We've done that in the past. In the 60s, 70s. You know what I mean? Cheat. Get that shit done. Just win me a ring. Shout out to my dog Reet, man. Raider Nation can never agree on a QB ever. We are always split. The day we all get behind our QB with full support is the year we will win the big one. Talk that shit, Reap. Talk it. Talk it, my brother. And guess what's going to happen, man? Brady's going to come in and win this one. And then everybody's going to shut up. It's going to happen. Definitely am. Light the beam, ho. Light the beam, ho. Shout out to SJ. Let me see. Yep. Exactly, BDQ. Cheating. Al said in the past, cheating is accepted. Rule number 2, see rule number 1. Factory outlet, my brother. Factory outlet. Shout out to my big bro, Thor in the building. Raiders. Let's go. Let me see. All right, here we go with these Laker comments. Let's go. Docs, if Tom Brady comes to the Raiders, do you think we need to tweak the offensive line? Oh, we definitely are. We definitely are. Like you have to, regardless of anything, right? Like I said before, I think we have somewhere in the middle of the pack offensive line there, like a 11 through 13, somewhere around there, right? Our offensive line has played well this season. They played well this season, but you still need to add a tackle and you need to add a guard. I'm not comfortable. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not comfortable going into the season next year with Jermaine Illuminor at right tackle. I'm not comfortable having Alex Bars start at guard, even though he looked pretty good in spurts this season. I'm not cool with that. Any O-line that has Alex Bars or Jermaine Illuminor on it, I don't trust it all year long. So you got to go get a tackle. You got to go get another guard. Parham is good at on the left side. Keep him on the left side. I'm good with bringing back Andre James. I think he had a pretty good season. Colton Miller's good on the left side. Go get you a guard. Go get you a tackle. But I think either way, I think, there's one person out there that knows how to protect Tom Brady, and that is definitely Josh McDaniels. So he'll find a way. And he'll definitely have a say in what's going on in Vegas as well. Shout out to my big bro, man. I see my dog wasted in the building, man. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. It's just factory outlet, my brother. Shout out to my dog. And once again, congratulations on the 6K, my brother. The numbers are still going up. Talk that shit. Shout out to my brother, Wasted Talent. Shout out to my boy, John B. Next ring we win, the Raiders must give you one. You deserve. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Man, that means a lot to me, my brother. For real, for real. I'm definitely gonna buy a fake one. I'll tell you that. I'm definitely gonna buy a fake one. I'm gonna wear that bitch every day. If we win a championship, you guys, I don't think you understand how much this channel is going to change. I'm literally gonna be on here gloating every day. Like that. That's it. I'm just gonna be gloating all day. Like that. Like it just all season long. We lose a game. Oh well, we're the champions. Oh well, we won a championship. Like it's just you're never gonna hear the end of it. You're just never gonna hear the end of it. I'm telling y'all that now. Real quick, man. Shout out to my boy Gio, man. He just went and bought a Oaklosvegas t-shirt, man. I appreciate you, my brother. Got that OLV OGT military green. I love that, man. It's on the way, my brother. I just fulfilled your order. It is on the way. You should be getting an email here shortly, my brother. Thank you so much for the support, King. Let me go. Boom. Yep. On the way. Let me know if you got that email, brother. Yep. There we go. Oh, my God, bro. Hold on, dog. Yo, Rick, it's too early, man. It's too early out here, man. Rick is horny at breakfast. Yo, shout out to Maul. We win a championship. I might cry like when. Oh no, I'm crying. I'm crying. I'm documenting that shit too. I'm documenting it for sure. For sure. For sure. Pause. Pause. I'm definitely breaking down crying. It's a wrap. Let me see. Graphk petty, and I love it. Talk that shit, bro. I look, they'll never hear the end of it. I may do shows with opposing teams every week just to gloat. You know what I mean? Like, we're the champions. And just sit here and just look at them like, we're the champions. Look serious as fuck. Give them that real serious face. We're the champions. Telling you, never hear the end of it. Never hear the end of it. Shout out to Reap. We go to a Super Bowl. I'm taking out a loan for tickets. Man, look, we go to the Super Bowl. Everybody just pull up deep, and we just gonna look. We running in the building. We're running in the building together, y'all. We are gonna storm that motherfucker like the White House. We are gonna storm that shit. We in there together as a unit. We go to the Super Bowl. It's in Vegas. There we go. You know I'm gonna be there, brother. You already know. He said, crying with the snotty nose name. You ain't never lied, bro. Shout out to my boy Top Beats in the building, man. Let me see. Superman, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I mean, yeah, there's a little more film on him now, but the thing is, Stid knows the system. Stid, the kid, knows the system. And I don't think that was a fluke. Man, I don't care. I really don't care, bro. Like, the man went out there and did that against the #1 defense. Like, how can you call that a fluke? I don't care if there was no tape or any of that. The #1 defense in the league. Put up a 34 piece, right? Nah, man. I'm selling a kid for Super Bowl. God damn, Maul. Maul don't give a shit, bro. You reckless, bro. Shout out to my dog Ball. Shout out to Q. Just don't get naked on live and we good, man. Look, bro. I can't make any promises, bro. I definitely can't, Q. I can't make any promises, bro. Actually, I'm not gonna do that because I'll lose the channel. And then it's gone. But hey, if you win a championship, right? YouTube, whatever. Like my life I've accomplished everything at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. You know what, YouTube, you can take my channel. We win a championship, you can take this shit. Take it. Show me them stitties. Shout out to Dre, man. Shout out to the Raider. Bruh, if Gronk comes to, that would be like Gronk and Hernandez tandem. Yeah, I spoke about this before, the Raider. Then with Adams, Renfro, and Jacobs, we killing the league. Facts, man. Facts plus tax. Facts plus tax. Shout out to Graham. I love what you just said right here, man. And we're gonna break down this Raiders and Chiefs game here shortly as well, you guys. Just having some fun with this whole stuff, with this whole thing. It can't be a fluke when you're willing to extend plays and play off script. Definitely, man. Yeah, and Stiddy did that with his legs continuously, and he took some brutal hits just to make some big plays. That Devontae Adams touchdown, man, he got destroyed on that play. But that's what separates the dogs from the others. Real shit. I'm here for it. I think this Stiddy's going to have a good game today. I think he'll come back down to earth a little bit, but I still think he's going to have a good game. I think Stiddy will have 2 touchdowns today. 2 touchdowns. Maybe 1 pick. Maybe 2 TDs and a pick. But I think that Josh gets back to rare form and has 2 TDs as well. I think he has 2 TDs today. Chris, no. We can't afford him. And we already got Devontae Adams. You don't need a wide receiver 1 at this point. You know what I'm saying? And you got Darren Waller, another really technically wide receiver 1. Then you got Hunter Renfro, a slot, wide receiver 1. You know what I mean? Like, that would never happen. That would never happen. It's too much money. Let me see. That crosser he threw to Mac Hollins too. Stiddy's a tough motherfucker, man. This is facts. Facts. Let me see. Hey, shout out to Hamlin, man. You guys, for those who haven't seen the report, he's out there talking now, FaceTiming his teammates. This is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Now, what we need to do today is, with this game, is we need to go out and beat Kansas City, because if Kansas City wins, they get home field advantage through the playoffs. Let's do the Buffalo Bills a favor today, you guys. Let's go help them guys out. You know what I mean? I know Hamlin would definitely want our support today, want our help, even though he was just placed on the IR. He is finally, you know what I'm saying, thank God, because I don't want to see him play it down this season, you know what I mean, on the IR for the season. But I know Hamlin is definitely going to be out there cheering, cheering his team on. Let's go beat the Kansas City Chiefs today. If you beat the Chiefs, Buffalo gets a chance to go. I think Buffalo actually, don't they get home field advantage if they win their last game? I'm assuming somewhere around there, right? But either way, let's go do Buffalo. Let's go do Buffalo. Let's do some business today for the Buffalo Bills. Let's help those guys out. Let's help them out. Shout out to Pastor. Not saying I'm a fan or going to buy gear or anything, but if the Raiders win it all, I would like to see the Bills win. There you go, bro. There you go. I'm definitely, man, Hamlin and all that. I'm definitely, Buffalo. I'm an 80s baby, man. So watching those guys year in and year out perform and just not ever be able to beat the Cowboys, like it sucks to watch those guys. You know what I'm saying? I can only imagine how Buffalo Bills fans feel watching their team go to the Super Bowl, I think 3 times, right? And just not win it. Like this season, I would love, and this is a Raider fan. I hate every other team. Buffalo Bills have a really, really good fan base. People love their franchise. They love the organization. They love the people that run it. Their coaching staff. You know what I mean? Their city is a small town, hardworking city. I would love, to see the Buffalo Bills win it this year, man. I definitely would, man. In honor of Hamlin, you know what I mean? And those guys, those fans definitely up there deserve it, man. They definitely do. They deserve it. Damn near 4 times. Yeah, facts. 4 times in a row. Yep. There you go. 4 times. That's fucking crazy, man. They definitely deserve one, man. Shout out to Reap. We signed Jacobs, Morrow, Perriman, and Hobbs. Who else? Hobbs is still under contract, so you don't need to re-sign him. If you bring in Gronk, bye-bye Foster. He's made some big plays and he's dropped some big time passes that could have put us in play to win some games. You re-sign Jacobs for sure. And Perriman, if he's down to come back on a cheap deal, I'll bring him back. But the thing is, he's on the wrong side of 30 at this point, and he continuously is ending up on the injury report. And you don't want Perriman to be your best linebacker. In a perfect world, Perriman cannot be linebacker 1 because he's always going to be hurt. He's going to take his bumps and bruises because he plays hard. You know what I'm saying? So I bring him back on a cheap contract, but you got to go out and rebuild that whole room. That linebacker room, you need to rebuild that whole room in a draft and in free agency. But I would definitely bring Perriman back on the cheap. Me personally, I want to go younger at the linebacker position. But if you bring Perriman back at a very, very low figure, I'm cool with that. But re-sign Jacobs for sure. And if you get Gronk back to come in with Tom Brady, if that's what happens, bye-bye Foster. Shout out to Maul. I want to win today. Seeing KC have to go to Buffalo in the snow and try and run their offense would do my heart good. Talk that shit, bro. This is facts, Maul. Facts, man. Let's go out there and do all the favors in the world for the Buffalo Bills today, you guys. And it's the Kansas City Chiefs. We hate them. We hate them, man. We hate them. Let me see. The Jukes, this is Foster, no hands, Moreau. Yeah, I love what Amik has done this season. We're not expecting him to go out there and be corner 1. You know what I mean? But he's made some big plays for us this season, man. I love it. I love it. And Amik is still under his rookie contract, I believe, right? I think he has 1 more year left. You know what I mean? So Amik should be back. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Raider Room. What's good with you, bro? We win today and the Chiefs lose in the first playoff game. Wouldn't that be great, brother? Andrew, that would be phenomenal. Phenomenal. Facts. If KC loses and the Bills win it, it will be a neutral spot, either Detroit or Atlanta, I'm hearing. Go Raiders. Well, there's a lot of talks as well about Allegiant Stadium. You know what I mean? The thing is this. In the AFC Championship, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I know Mark can use the money from a business standpoint. It makes all the sense in the world for Mark to rent out his building for the AFC Championship, right? Definitely makes all the sense in the world. I want to be the first team to play the AFC Championship at Allegiant Stadium. Can we be? I don't want to watch another team go to the Super Bowl in our building. That would be terrible. That would be terrible. Could you imagine the Chiefs winning the AFC Championship at Allegiant Stadium? That's just even more that shit that they can hold over our head. For real, I do not want to see the Chiefs go into Allegiant Stadium and win and go into the Super Bowl. That would be fucking terrible. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping and praying that that neutral site has nothing to do with Allegiant Stadium. Maybe SoFi Stadium. Go to LA with that shit. Go to LA. They love all the Hollywood, do that shit. Stay away from Allegiant Stadium. I don't want to see any team win an AFC Championship other than our team in Allegiant Stadium. Docs, if we can't get Jalen Carter with our pick, what do you think? What do you think about Noah Sewell? I love Sewell out of Oregon. That's my favorite linebacker in this draft. Me personally, I don't want to get one that early in the draft because I don't know if Sewell's going to be that dominating linebacker at the next level. I personally would rather go corner. You know what I mean, Ricardo? But I do like Sewell's game. I definitely love his game. If he dropped and we traded back, if we traded back somewhere in the middle of the first round, definitely if Sewell dropped. But if Carter's not there, I'm going to get a corner. I'm getting a corner. Shout out to Cardo. Shout out to my boy Art, man, the third. Cam Smith at 8. Love it. Cam Smith out of South Carolina can be that guy at the cornerback position at the next level. 38. That is the defensive tackle from Baylor, you guys. I always butcher his name. I'm just going to say SI. I'm not against that. People think that he can be like that next dude at the defensive tackle position. That's a mammoth of a man, bro. For real. Drew Sanders, linebacker at 72. That is Andy's favorite linebacker in this draft out of Arkansas. I love his game as well. 107, Brandon Joseph, safety out of Notre Dame. I'm not against that. I'm not against that at all. I don't know if Brandon Joseph is going to be a starter at the next level, but who's to say? 138, Andrew Voorhees, guard. 140, Garrett Wilson, corner. 190, Keandre Coburn. See, now the problem with this is, bro. Oh, no. Matter of fact, I'm tripping. There's no problem with that because you took Cam Smith at 8. I like this. Drake Thomas, linebacker. I like that. The one thing you're missing in this draft right here, even though you're going all defense, is I want a speedster in this draft. I want a wide receiver in the later rounds. Go get a receiver in the later rounds. And I don't see a guard or a tackle. Oh, you got a guard. You got Andrew Voorhees. I'm tripping. I'd probably want to take a tackle at some point as well. So if we can fit in a tackle and a speedster wide receiver, Art, I think that is a great mock draft. To be honest, great. Cam Smith, SI, Drew Sanders, Brandon Joseph, like that. Those names alone, holy shit, that is a great mock draft. Great mock draft. Let me see. Shout out to my boy Pastor, man. Some Docs entertainment shows I'm looking forward to this offseason. Cap roster breakdown. We're definitely going to do that. Draft. Bro, I'm so disconnected with NCAA players. Fan shows, bring them back. I will. I promise. I was going to do one a few weeks ago, but nobody was really tripping. Nobody was really tripping. Like y'all got to hit me if you want to do the fan shows, man. I want to do them where they're only members only, though, because I can't have a crazy amount of people on the screen at a time because the show just gets all over the place. But if you guys really want the fan shows to come back where we can break down some stuff together, hit me in a DM, hit me in the comment section on this video once it's uploaded and let me know, man, because people weren't really tripping about the fan shows. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Noah Sewell is my second or third linebacker. So you like Drew Sanders. And you know what? Andy's going to be on the show with us today. We're going to talk about it. I think we're going to get a Mount Shillmore. I think you're going to get some Demon Time music today. I think you're going to get some Demon Time music today. Stay tuned for that. Vega. That was one of my notes that I had today. Everybody kept saying, I hope he doesn't wear number 12. Why not? The last 12 got us to the Super Bowl. Facts. Shout out to Vega. Ashley says corner, Christian Gonzalez out of Oregon, dog, or Clark Phillips. Okay. Gio says, if somehow Edmonds and Roquan both become free agents, who would you rather throw the bag at? I don't think that Roquan is going to become a free agent at all. I think that Baltimore is going to take care of it. They got rid of some draft capital to go get him. I don't think that was just a one-year rental for them. I think Roquan Smith will be a Baltimore Raven for the foreseeable future. So me personally, go get Edmonds. Go get Edmonds. That's my pick. Shout out to Gio. My favorite cover corner in this draft, Emmanuel Forbes. My favorite cover corner in this draft. Let me see. Yeah, he's also younger. Facts. Return of the Shogun. Get them questions in, y'all. How are you guys feeling about today's game? Let's get some predictions in here today. All right. Kansas City Chiefs, last week of the season. Last look that we get of Jarrett Stidham. This can possibly be, you guys, let's just keep it a buck. This could possibly be the last time we ever see Jarrett Stidham start a game for us, right? This may be the last time we see him getting real playing time, period. Let's get some, I want to see what you guys got. Give me some bold predictions for today. Yo, when is the big move to Vegas taking place? Are you talking about me, Sin City? Because we're taking our time with everything in terms of Vegas, man. We're very comfortable where we are. But if you're talking about me, just stay tuned. Stay tuned, Sin City. I appreciate you on the donation. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'm waiting for some things to actually transpire in order to make that move really, really happen. Some businesses, some other things like that. My boy Jason, man. Appreciate you. My boy Demon Hunter in the building. Raiders 30. Queefs 24, Cardo. Andrews is 48. Chiefs. Raiders 38. Damn. 31-28 Raiders. Carlson walks it off. There we go. Back-to-back years, huh? Last play of the season, minus the playoff berth. I'm here for it. 3 TDs, 300 yards steady. Okay. There we go, Soden. Blitz often. Hit homie. There we go. I'm hoping that we see some more of our young guys today. This is the last week of the year. We're playing for nothing. I mean, at this point, we pretty much can be, the team that can make KC go play on the road, right? Which is beautiful. But I want to see some young guys, man. This is what I want to see today. I want to see Josh Jacobs go out there and somehow break Marcus Allen's record. I don't think he broke it yet, right? Doesn't he need a couple more yards? And I also want to see him shore up this year's leading rusher. I want him to shore up being the leading rusher. So run Josh Jacobs. Don't allow Nick Chubb or Derrick Henry to go run for 200 yards or some shit and take over the leading spot. No, run Josh Jacobs. Make him run the ball and make sure he shores up that leading rusher spot. I want to see Malcolm Kuntz. Please let me see some Malcolm Kuntz today. He's been really good out there as a special teamer as of late. I want to see him get some burn at defense end. You know what I mean? Have him out there on the edge. I want to see what he can do opposite of Max Crosby. I want to see who else. Who else? Want to see more Luke? I want to see more of Luke Masterson, even though that's bound to happen because we have no linebackers at all right now, right? But I want to see more Luke Masterson. I want to see what he got. I want to see Hobbs return to the Hobbs that we know and love, right? I want to see he'll probably be on the outside because we're beat up at the cornerback position, but move him around a little bit. I want to see maybe get Nate Hobbs to Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean? Get him on a few blitzes here and there. Get him in on Mahomes. I want to see a spy on Mahomes today, whether that's Clee. I don't really care who it is. Get a spy on him. Put a spy on Patrick Mahomes, and let's really put some pressure on this dude. You know what I mean? Let me see. Yeah, we've been plagued with injuries. That's facts. Facts. Yeah, I want to see Crosby annihilate Mahomes. Annihilate Mahomes. But I want to see us be bold on the defensive side of the ball. You know what I mean? Like we're playing for nothing here, you guys. You know what I mean? Put some pressure on Mahomes, force some turnovers on the defensive side of the ball. I'm hoping that Max can end the season on a high note, maybe 2 sacks. I would love to see that. One thing I want to see as well, you guys, because it hasn't happened to me all season long, I want to see Merrick perform, man. I want to see Merrick have a good game. You know what I mean? I don't think people realize if you go out there and have a great game against Patrick Mahomes, you know what I mean? That gives you a lot of confidence going into the offseason. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Merrick have a really, really good game, maybe even a pick. If he can get a pick on Patrick Mahomes, that will do a lot for his confidence moving forward. And also, you know what I mean, give Patrick Graham a little more confidence, in him. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Merrick have a good game today, man. Let me see. Steady 400 yards. I love that. Shout out to Seattle. What up, Docs? Haven't been able to catch a live in the men, but hope you and your fam had a beautiful holiday and achieve all your goals for the new year. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. And you as well, King. Thank you so much for the kind words. Julio, man, look, he's at this point, you're right. At this point, you're right. You know what I mean? You are. I can't even debate that right now. I'm just hoping that he could show something today. You know what I mean? And you know what? I'd like to see Deron Harmon have a good game today too, because he may be on his way out. I don't know if we bring him back. He would definitely be a cheap option next season. But I just want to see the defense perform today. That's a tough task. You're going against the Kansas City Chiefs, one of the best offenses in the league. You're probably going to be playing against, he's probably going to be the MVP this season, Patrick Mahomes, which sucks. If Hurts didn't, if it didn't go down, I think he would have won the MVP clear. You know what I mean? But it's looking as though Patrick Mahomes might win. I want to see this defense show up. You know what I mean? Keep Kelsey under wraps. I know that's easier said than done, but keep Kelsey under wraps. Do not allow him to score 3 or 4 touchdowns like he did the last time we played them. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's going on Oaklosvegas.com right now. I appreciate you guys, man, so much. Shout out to my boy Frank in the chat, man. I appreciate you, King. He just bought a black hypnotized t-shirt. It is on the way, my brother. Shout out to you, man. I literally just fulfilled your order. It is on the way, my brother. Shout out to you, King. Thank you so much. Oaklosvegas.com, you guys. Go grab your drip, man. Go grab your drip. Shout out to Gio. Said it on Wasted Show earlier. Merrick, long overdue. Shout out, Docs. Thanks again for the merch, my brother. No, thank you for supporting it, King. Shout out to my boy Gio, as always, for the love, man. Shout out my boy Maul once again, too, man. I want to say this to you guys real quick as well. Yes, this was a terrible season because we had so many high expectations, but you guys just made our jobs over here at DOX ENT, Raider Nation Unlimited, Hammer's House, Raiders Football Talk. You made our lives that much easier, man, because you guys are just so great and you make this fun. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you guys for allowing us to put on for you guys this season, man. Thank you guys for this ride. I'm coming up on year 3 in my YouTube journey doing this shit. And I wouldn't be doing this shit if it wasn't for y'all. Yeah, we deal with a lot of weirdos in the chat, and there's a lot of weird shit that comes around this. But you guys outweigh the love, definitely outweighs the hate. The love definitely outweighs the weird shit. So I appreciate you guys. Shout out to Maul. Everyone regressed under Graham. Think it's a scheme thing with Trayvon, Hobbs, Diablo, etc. I think you just move Hobbs back into the slot. You know what I mean? I think that's what we got to do. Just move him back to the slot. That's where you want him at. You know what I mean? Divine Diablo, he was one of those guys that came over from Virginia Tech and played safety in college, got converted into a linebacker. I think he still has a lot that he needs to learn at the next level. I'm not done trying to build Divine Diablo. I think our former third rounder still has some game left. And I think that Patrick Graham can unlock that. He just needs more talent around him at the linebacker position. You know what I mean? And we need some defensive tackle help. Let's just be real, Maul. That definitely helps the next level of your defense. You know what I mean? Like defensive tackle, get some pressure on the quarterback. That definitely takes a lot off of our linebackers. You know what I mean? So I just think Divine Diablo needs more help around him. And he's still on a rookie contract. I think that he can thrive under Patrick Graham's tutelage. He just needs more help around him. You know what I mean? Merrick, I'm going to be real. At this point, I don't really know what we have with him. You know what I mean? Former second rounder out of TCU, should have been a first rounder, but everybody said he had something wrong with his back. We were all excited that he fell to the second round to us. He had a pretty good rookie year, but he has just not lived up to it since then. You know what I mean? We need more out of him. You know what I mean? I'm going to reach out to Merrick. You know what I mean? We follow each other on Instagram. I'm going to see if I can get him on a show in the offseason. And I want to talk to him about Graham's scheme. I want to see what he thinks he needs to do better in year 3 to shake all this shit off of him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Shout out to my boy Maul, man. There's going to be some guys, you know what I mean? Like Julian Love's a free agent. You can bring him in, former Notre Dame guy. You know what I mean? That's a guy that Graham can look to bring in. We all know there's going to be another corner over there in Philadelphia that we missed out on in free agency. James Bradbury, former Graham guy that we could potentially bring in free agency as well. I don't know if we're going to go that route. I'd rather draft some young corners in the draft. And I think this is a pretty deep draft at corner. But look, there's going to be some guys that will fit in Graham's system this offseason in free agency. You know what I mean? And then there's going to be some guys that you can groom in the draft. So I'm excited. I'm not one of those guys that's jumping off the Patrick Graham bandwagon yet. I'm not. He needs talent around him. That, you know what I mean? Like, this defense has been beat up continuously year in all year long. We need more talent on the defensive side of the ball. Let me see. I know, man. Joel, it sucks, bro. Last Raiders game for 7 months. God. The Jukester, I'm proud. I'm happy that you brought that up. What do you guys think about bringing in Jadeveon Clowney for depth this offseason? Yes, he's never had over double-digit sacks. Yes, technically he was kind of a bust coming out of South Carolina, right? Because we assumed this guy was going to be the next best thing at the defensive end position. But he can still play the run well. He can still play the run really well. You know what I mean? When healthy, he can still provide pressure. You know what I mean? I think that bringing in Jadeveon Clowney on the cheap would be a great move for us. You know what I mean? I know that his time in Cleveland did not end well. You know, I seen the other day he put up, he said something about 95% sure I won't be here next season. I need somebody to believe in me. And then Cleveland put him on the inactive list. So there's that. I don't think he'll be expensive. Trader, I don't think he will. He's going to have to sign a 1-year deal. You know what I mean? Put heavy incentives in there. I think he'd be cheap. Why not? The thing is this. Can we get around Jadeveon Clowney's ego, right? Is it worth it? Because, you know, he thinks that he doesn't want to play second fiddle to Myles Garrett in Cleveland. So can he play second and third fiddle to Chandler Jones and Max Crosby? I don't know. But if you bring him in on a 1-year deal, I'm not against that. My brother Top Beats. Yo, Docs, if Stidham balls out today, do you think we'll still draft a QB in the first? No, not at all. I don't even think we draft one in the first anyway, or go defensive line or corner. It's DL or a CB, Top Beats. I think we go defense and get a QB in the later rounds. Me too. I agree with you, brother. I think that it could be Hendon Hooker time later on in the mid rounds, or it can be another sneaky guy that we go grab in the later rounds. But I don't think we go in a perfect world. You know what I mean? You bring back Stiddy on the cheap. And you bring in Brady and you have your 2 guys right there. But I don't think, as much as I love Will Levis, you know what I mean, and I like Anthony Richardson, I don't think that we go get a quarterback that early. If there's a great defensive tackle, if Jalen Carter's on the board, you can't pass that. You can't pass that up. If there's a Cam Smith or a Joey Porter Jr. or one of these guys, you have to look at that. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, we lost a lot of games this year not being able to score in the second half. And also, you know, our defense, we need some help. You know what I mean? And we got to build the defense up. Shout out to John, man. Do we know the inactives today? I haven't seen anything yet. I think it's still a little too early. Anyone coming back from IR? I don't think so. There's no reason. I'd even have Divine Diablo. He hasn't returned from IR as well. I don't believe. Keep him out. You know what I mean? One more game, get through the season, then you can move on. What's your thoughts on Davis, Woody for Brady? Dude's closer to 50 than 40. Yes, he is closer to 50 than 40. But he's also closer to 5,000 yards passing than our 31-year-old quarterback. He's also closer to 8 rings than any guy on this roster that's closer to, you know what I mean? Like we can just continue to go on about the whole Brady situation, right? But it's also business, John. Mark Davis knows if you bring in Tom Brady, tickets, jerseys, advertising, the money goes through the roof. The money skyrockets. You bring in the best quarterback of all time. It's a business thing. I think he can also get it done on the field. You know what I mean? So why not? If Davis feels he can win on both sides, win off the field and on the field with him, go get him. Yeah, exactly, Elite. At 45, Tom Brady almost has 5,000 yards. He went 32 for 45, 435, and 2 TDs last week. And he ran one in, Elite. You forgot that one. He ran one in too, so technically 3. He's better than 95%. Talk that shit. Money Team, what's good with you, family? Damn, you better than me, Born Free. You better than me. I'm pumping the brakes. I'm getting me a Stiddy jersey. I'm getting me a Stiddy jersey. And I'm not getting a Stidham jersey because I think he's going to be the future and all this other shit. I'm getting a Stidham jersey because what he did. He helped usher in the new era of Raider Nation. You know what I mean? When we finally pumped the brakes and we benched our quarterback of 9 seasons and Stiddy came in and performed the way he did against that #1 defense, he helped ease the blow with this fan base. That's why I'm getting a Stiddy jersey. I'm getting a Stiddy jersey because he helped kind of put a Band-Aid on this fan base with how he performed last week. You know what I mean? So shout out to Stiddy. I feel like he's always going to be a Raider to me because of how he came in and performed last week with all the odds against him. You know what I'm saying? So, wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button. He said, I got mine already, but if it don't happen, I'm stitching Gannon over it. Talk that shit. Yeah, I don't see that happening. Look, at this point, OBJ is damaged goods right now. You know what I mean? He's not available to come back right now. I know the Cowboys were trying to get him back. They kept staying, a lot of teams were saying, I guess, that, it's physical. He pretty much couldn't pass a physical at this point, right? I'm assuming that's what it is. He's just not ready to go yet. Yes, he could come back for like a prove-it deal next year. There may be a team that takes a flyer on him and gives him a 2-3 year deal, which would be insane to me. But you don't need OBJ, Jules. If he does come in for the cheap, I'm here for it. But when you got Waller, Devontae, Renfro, potentially bring back Mac Hollins, you bring back Josh Jacobs, you go get a speedster in the draft. Like you don't even need OBJ. You know what I mean? You don't even need him. We need speed on the outside. You know who I want to bring back, you guys? I would bring back Nelson Aguilar next season. Get your speed guy on the outside that's been here, played for Vegas before. Bring Nelson Aguilar, opposite side of Devontae Adams. You got Waller at tight end, Gronk at tight end potentially, Hunter Renfro. There you go. There you go. Raider Paul, peace. I guess I'm tripping so much you about to shake. It's all love. Docs, what's your prediction for the game today? I got Stiddy with 3 TDs. I got him with 2 TDs and a pick. I'll say I don't want to say 300, 400 yards. I don't want to go crazy. It's going to be hard to bring him. It's going to be hard to repeat that same performance as last week. I'm gonna go with 280, 2 TDs and a pick. I'll add an extra 50 yards on the ground. I think Stidham gets loose with his legs and runs for 50 yards. That's what I got with him. 2 TDs a pick, 275, 280 in the air, 50 yards on the ground. I think he gets loose a few times. Yeah, Joe Nation, he definitely does. But the thing is, though, you bring back Mac Hollins because he's a special team stalwart as well, and he's a great leader in the locker room. You know what I mean? So I would bring Mac Hollins back on the cheap. He's not going to cost a lot of money. You know what I mean? He's not. But he definitely has a problem with running the wrong routes. Definitely. This system is very, very intricate. You know what I mean? And I don't think that Mac Hollins has got it down yet. You know what I mean? But he's still a very, very good asset to have on this team, especially on special teams. The guy's a dog, man. This is not a woman's hat, Jims. This is a man hat. Real men can wear pink, motherfucker. Yeah, exactly. Shout out to my wife. I heard her through the wall say it's breast cancer awareness, dumbass. Let me see. One up in the building. Killer Cam. You already know, so Killer Cam, man. Shout out to LMB, man. We got you today. We got you today, brother. We got you today. Once again, prayers up for Hamlin, man. We got you guys today. We're rooting for you guys moving forward, man. We're rooting for you guys moving forward, man. Definitely. But yeah, we'll be live here, you guys, again in 2 hours. We'll be live for the game. Me, Andy, I know Hammer's going to pop in. I know Waste is going to pop in at some point. We will be live doing a watch party for the game. So stay tuned for that. Pull up on us. Shout out to the 556 people in the chat. I appreciate you guys. We're a little bit over an hour right now. I'm going to get out of here. and get my beer together, get my stuff together for the watch party. I hope you guys are here to watch the game with us. Stay tuned for that. On the way out, you guys, wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Also, Oaklosvegas.com for the gear, and hit that link up top if you want to become a member of the channel. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm outro. 1.